Tesla's semi-production in Europe? At Giga Berlin? If Elon Musk has confirmed this direction, it is not just a factory update. It is a strategic move into one of the most regulated and competitive trucking markets in the world. Because Europe is different. Different road rules, different weight limits, different cab regulations, different charging standards. So the real question becomes, is Tesla simply exporting the American Semi to Europe? Or is a Europe-specific version already in development? Today we break down what Tesla semi-production at Giga Berlin really means, what changes Europe requires, and how this could reshape electric freight across the European Union. If you want deep analysis on Tesla expansion strategy and industrial scale economics, subscribe to the channel right now. We look beyond headlines and focus on structural impact. Because trucking in Europe is not the same as trucking in America. Let us begin. Why Europe changes everything. If Tesla semi-production moves to Giga Berlin, this is not copy and paste manufacturing. Europe is structurally different from the United States in trucking design, and those differences matter. Keycap 1 length and cab regulations. In the United States, semi-trucks are built with long nose designs. In Europe, cab over engine designs dominate. Why? Because European road systems are older, tighter, and more space constrained. European Union regulations historically limited total vehicle length, pushing manufacturers toward compact front cab designs. If Tesla builds a European Semi, the design may be shorter front structure, optimized cabin footprint, adjusted aerodynamics, modified wheelbase. That alone could create a visibly different truck. Keycap 2 weight and axle limits. European freight rules include strict axle weight distribution limits, total gross vehicle weight caps, bridge and tunnel load constraints. If Tesla's American Semi-battery pack is extremely large to achieve high range, European adaptation may require different battery sizing, adjusted weight distribution, possible range trade-offs. Range and regulation must align. You cannot exceed legal load allowances. Keycap 3 charging standards are different. The United States and Europe operate on different charging ecosystems. Europe commonly uses CCS standards and increasingly Megawatt Charging System development for heavy trucks. If Tesla expands in Europe, it must integrate with European grid requirements, local charging hardware standards, cross-border energy networks. Infrastructure alignment is as important as the truck itself. Keycap 4Y Giga Berlin makes strategic sense. Producing Semi in Berlin would avoid import tariffs, reduce shipping cost, shorten delivery time, increase European government alignment. Europe is aggressively pushing freight electrification. If Tesla positions early, it competes directly with Daimler, Volvo, and Scania in their home territory. That is bold. Now ask yourself something important. Would Tesla ship the American Semi unchanged into Europe? Or would they engineer a Europe-specific version optimized for local freight economics? Before we examine what technical changes might appear in a European Semi, make sure you are subscribed. The next chapter will break down what design shifts are most likely if production truly begins in Berlin. What would a European Tesla Semi actually change? Now let us move from strategy to engineering. If Tesla semi-production truly begins at Giga Berlin, we should expect changes. Not cosmetic changes, structural changes. Because Europe demands different solutions. Keycap 1 cabin architecture shift. The American Tesla Semi features a long aerodynamic nose and central seating position. In Europe, we are more likely to see cab over engine inspired architecture, shortened front structure, more compact nose design, optimized turning radius. European freight routes include narrow urban roads, tight roundabouts, older infrastructure. A shorter front profile improves maneuverability. That matters for delivery logistics in cities like Berlin, Paris, and Milan. Keycap 2 battery configuration adjustment. Range expectations in the United States can exceed 500 miles per charge. European long-haul routes are often shorter and more regulated with mandatory rest periods. This opens the door for slightly smaller battery packs, lower overall vehicle weight, better compliance with axle load limits. Reducing battery size lowers cost. Lower cost improves adoption. That is strategic engineering alignment. Keycap 3 energy efficiency tuning. European energy prices are generally higher than in the United States. Fleet operators are extremely cost-sensitive. Tesla may prioritize improved regenerative efficiency, optimized torque mapping, smart route planning integration, enhanced battery thermal management for cold climates. Northern Europe winter conditions require reliable thermal performance that may influence battery chemistry decisions. Keycap 4 interior and driver standards. European labor regulations are strict regarding driver comfort and rest compliance. A European Tesla Semi could include enhanced cabin ergonomics, compliance-ready tachograph integration, updated digital compliance logging, improved sleeping configuration options. Driver satisfaction influences fleet contracts. Fleet contracts influence market share. Now think about this carefully. If Tesla engineers a Semi specifically for European conditions, instead of exporting the American version unchanged, that signals long-term commitment, not experimentation. Before we discuss how this affects European legacy truck manufacturers, make sure you are subscribed. The next chapter will break down the competitive impact inside Europe. How this impacts Europe's truck giants. Now this becomes serious. Because if Tesla Semi production begins at Giga Berlin, Tesla is not entering a weak market. Europe already has dominant heavy truck manufacturers. We are talking about Daimler Truck, Volvo Trucks, Scania, MAN, Iveco. These companies understand European freight better than anyone. So why would Tesla challenge them on their home turf? Keycap won the cost per kilometer war. In Europe, fleet operators focus on one number: total cost per kilometer. Not brand loyalty, not horsepower, pure operating efficiency. If Tesla Semi can deliver lower energy cost per kilometer, reduced maintenance intervals, fewer moving parts, predictable long-term battery life, then fleet managers will notice. Even small savings per kilometer multiply across hundreds of trucks, millions of kilometers per year. That is massive economic pressure. Keycap 2 charging network advantage. Europe is building megawatt charging infrastructure for heavy transport. If Tesla integrates semi-production with dedicated fleet charging depots, renewable energy partnerships, grid storage integration, it becomes more than a truck company. It becomes an energy logistics platform. Legacy truck manufacturers traditionally sell vehicles. Tesla sells systems. That difference matters. Keycap 3 software as a competitive edge. Tesla's strength has never been only hardware. It is software integration. A European Tesla Semi could include real-time energy optimization, over-the-air performance tuning, smart route efficiency updates, predictive maintenance alerts. Traditional truck makers are improving in software, but Tesla was built around it. That changes long-term fleet economics. Keycap 4 political and regulatory positioning. Europe is aggressively pursuing carbon reduction targets. If Tesla produces semi-locally in Berlin, it aligns with European Union climate goals. It avoids import carbon penalties. It positions Tesla as a local manufacturer. That increases government cooperation potential. And government cooperation influences infrastructure rollout speed. Now pause and think carefully. If Tesla undercuts cost per kilometer while aligning with European regulation, does this become a serious market shift? Or will legacy brands defend their dominance successfully? Before we close with the final verdict on whether Tesla Semi in Berlin is expansion or overreach, make sure you are subscribed. The final chapter will answer the strategic question directly. Is Tesla Semi in Berlin a master move or a risky expansion? Now we close this properly. Tesla Semi production at Giga Berlin is not just about building trucks in another factory. It is about strategic positioning. And the question is simple. Is this smart expansion or premature pressure? Keycap 1 why this could be a master move. If Tesla produces semi-locally in Europe, it gains lower shipping cost, faster fleet deployment, better regulatory alignment, stronger political credibility. More importantly, Tesla enters Europe at a moment when governments are pushing freight electrification, carbon regulations are tightening, energy independence is a major political issue. If Tesla delivers lower cost per kilometer and reliable range, fleet operators will follow the math. In freight, numbers win. Keycap 2 the risks nobody talks about. However, this is not a guaranteed victory. Tesla faces strong legacy competition, Deep European brand loyalty. Complex unionized labor environments. Strict certification standards. Scaling heavy truck production is harder than scaling passenger cars. Margins are thinner. Fleet operators are conservative. They do not gamble on improving systems. Tesla must prove durability under European freight conditions, not marketing claims. Real-world data. Keycap 3. The production challenge. Heavy truck battery production at scale requires massive cell supply, stable long-cycle durability, megawatt charging readiness, grid coordination. If infrastructure lags behind vehicle rollout, adoption slows. If battery supply tightens, production stalls. Execution speed matters. Keycap for the bigger strategic picture. Here is what makes this interesting. Tesla is not thinking short-term. If semi becomes a serious player in Europe, Tesla positions itself inside freight, energy, infrastructure, software optimization. That creates a long-term integrated ecosystem. And ecosystems are harder to compete against than products. So here is the final perspective. Tesla's Semi in Berlin is not just a factory expansion. It is a signal that Tesla wants to compete directly in Europe's industrial core. If they execute well, it reshapes European freight economics. If they stumble, legacy manufacturers regain control. Now I want your honest opinion. Do you believe Tesla Semi can challenge Europe's truck giants on their own soil? Or will local brands hold their ground? Comment below and share your perspective. If you value strategic deep dives into Tesla's global expansion, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next analysis. And in the next video, we will break down whether Tesla's megawatt charging network could become the backbone of Europe's electric freight future. Thank you for watching. Think long term. Watch the strategy. And I will see you in the next one.